What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to jump in and cover everything that is wrong with my E46 Coupe. Now when I say wrong, I mean broken, I mean things that I don't like, I mean things that I need to change. All that kind of stuff is what we're going to cover today, and then over the next few weeks, months, whatever it may be, we're going to fix everything. Now before we jump in, I'd like to start a little competition with you guys to see how we can all engage with each other. Now, out of all the time I've been doing YouTube, the most liked video I have has currently 475 likes. Now, if you like videos, it kind of like puts it out to the YouTube sphere and really helps grow the channel. So I would like to see, can we get this video to have more than 475 likes? You can share it with your friends, you can obviously like it yourself, do whatever you need. Let's see if we can get this up to that 500 mark and see how many likes we can actually get. If we can break 500, I'm gonna be stoked and you guys are gonna be amazing. So if you can all try and do that, that would be super. But without further ado, let's jump on in and see how much stuff's wrong with this car. Depending on how far you guys have seen with this series, I kind of bought this car as a bit of a cheap build, a bit of a fun build. Now the fun, definitely there, the cheap, I'm kind of throwing that out the window now. I'm going to do a full motor conversion, gearbox conversion, things like that. Since I painted it and put wheels on and so on, started fixing some things, I've fallen in love with this car. So the cheap side of the fix that's out the window. We're going to go and just do everything as good as I can now. I think the biggest thing was once I got this carbon fiber lip and painted it, I was like, yep, it's time to send it. So we're going to go through everything and show you everything I need to replace from things I have replaced, but also things that are broken, stuff like that. So to start with, these indicators, I actually do like how they're tinted. I think it kind of matches the styling a bit better, but I don't know if it picks it up on camera. This is a little bit brown, this tint. Now, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but I do need to fix it. It's either gonna be retint them. I've got some LED globes coming in, so they're gonna look nice, but I might change the whole indicator. There's some ones that kind of match the housing of the headlight, which look really smart. There are some with like 3 rows of LEDs, things like that. So that's something I've got to fix. The headlights, I have polished the lenses, but I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see right there. It didn't come up perfect, and there's a lot of like stone chips, but I know that I can replace these actually with a complete replacement part. So obviously that's gonna be something that has to come through and get done. The car is filthy. I just came back from the trip from overseas. I know you guys all liked, viewed and commented on all those videos, so thank you for that. But yeah, it's filthy. I'll get that washed in a couple of days. Coming through the wheels, I love these wheels, but they're not perfect fitment. They're good, but as you can see, they could be more aggressive, and I am running an 8mm spacer in the front because these are 9 inches wide and they do hit the coilover, so I don't like that. I am running extended wheel bolts because they're bolts on here instead of actual studs, so it's safe and everything, but I don't like that. I like my wheels to be kind of just directly bolted on, or a bolt-on spacer if I'm going to run spacers. So that's something that we need to address in the future. These plastic trims, faded, sun faded around here. Now, before I actually go and replace them, I'm going to try the fire procedure, you know, when you heat it up with like a blowtorch or something, but I've got to be careful not to ruin the paint. So that is something I do want to fix or replace. Like I said, this build's going to be a good build now. It's not just going to be a budget build, it's going to be sick. So we do need to come through and have things like that fixed, especially now that the paint looks so nice. I need that to be fixed. Coming across to this cowl here, as you can see, absolutely destroyed by the sun. There's no fixing that. I've just got to get a replacement. So I'm going to be on the lookout to get a replacement for that, because just touching it, it's breaking into little more pieces there. Further back here, this strip here is cooked. Now there is something I want to try, and it's actually just installing a weather stripping in there. I know this piece I can buy a replacement, but it's like 250 bucks. I'm pretty sure it's around that. So that's like 500 bucks just for these. Boys, there's a lot of better things I can put 500 bucks into. So I'm going to try and come up with not a dodgy, but a alternative fix for that, and that'll be in a future video, obviously. Coming back here, these suck. The actual main lights are fine, as you can see, and as you guys will probably remember, we have tinted them slightly, so they look okay. They kind of match, you know, a bit, but these lights here, they've got black silicone around because the one on the right was actually damaged, and this one fell apart as well. So I just glued them together just so that it was functional and I could actually drive the car, but they need to be replaced. So we are going to go the LED upgrade ones. I did have a look at 2 different styles. I chucked it on as a vote thing on the YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure I'm confirmed on the ones that I want. The rear diffuser doesn't exist. So when I bought this bumper, the rear diffuser was actually broken. It was a plastic one. I have a new one on order, and I cannot wait for that to come in. Hopefully I can save you all a bit of money with what's coming in. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. But that needs to be done because that looks dodgy as. And while we're here, the exhaust. Nothing wrong with it, just it sucks. It's stock. I don't like stock exhaust on anything, really. So that needs to be changed. I do actually have a setup that's in the works. I don't want to show you guys anything until we're doing it because it's going to be really fun to do that. But yeah, we have got something on the way that is going to fix all of this and make it look better, sound better, etc. Now, don't hate me, but I am going to do some exhaust work when it's just the NA 2.5 litre. Not because I want more power or I need it to sound cool, but purely for the new motor. It would be nice to have this done, so when the new motor comes in, we can just kind of go cat forward and make it work. So that's kind of it for the exterior. Everything else is pretty mint. I'm really happy with the exterior of this car. Since we did the paint job, it's come up really good. But yeah, just a few things, just some final touches we need to do to make it perfect. But let's jump on the interior. We're going to start with going inside the boot. All right, sorry that it is dark in here, guys, but issue with the boot is not the fact that it's full, that's our new gearbox, but the fact that this floor down here, you can't really see it. This trim's obviously off, but I just need to put that back together. I just haven't done that yet from when we painted it. I know, ages ago. I will get around to it. But the floor itself, it's kind of haggard. It's like it's been wet in the past, so it's kind of like bowing up at the ends. It's doing a good job holding this gearbox, I'm not gonna lie, but I am gonna jump in here, redo the floor completely. And then on the sides, I want to do like a kind of a hinged setup. So we'll still have those little cubbies, but they will hinge up and all the floor will be, I'm thinking something like just a basic black carpet. I was going to stick with the grey, but I think black will look nice on the floor and then grey up the sides. But that is something we need to do. We need to fix that. Apart from that, the boot's actually quite good. The like all up here is all complete, everything's fine. It's just that it needs a bit of a finish off and a tidy up. Now, one thing that I do need to show you guys, getting in the car, it's a bit of a pain because I can only get in the driver's door. Passenger door doesn't unlock. So to get in the passenger side, there's a motorbike blocking me in the other side, so I just open the windows. Thankfully, that little unlock everything feature works quite nicely. All right, so issues to start on the interior. As you guys will remember, we did like a little boot thing and handbrake handle, which you'll see there. We did a few things on wish.com or whatever it was, just to see if anything was actually worth it. The boots are okay. If yours are damaged and ripped, you can probably get those, but I am gonna replace those. I wanna replace them with something like some Alcantara, something nice. That handle, I found out that the one that I pulled off is worth like 350 bucks. So I thought I threw it in the bin. Thankfully I didn't, I found it. So I'm actually going to get it powder coated gloss black so that it kind of matches the interior. Now, you will also remember that we vinyl wrapped all of this. Now I mainly vinyl wrapped it to see if I like that black look, okay? I do, I think it looks really nice, looks really smart. Obviously haven't done the door handles, also haven't done in the back. That's gonna have to be replaced, but I'm going to be searching for like a piano black setup, like the full trim kit, and replace all of that. I also need to replace it because one time when I pulled this out, I thought that I had pulled the 2 screws out from underneath and left them out, but I hadn't. So there's actually a crack here, which really irks me. I really don't like that. I like everything to be nice, especially plastic trim pieces. If they're half falling off, I'm not about it. So when I get the full trim kit, I'll try and find one, that will be obviously a required piece because that's actually broken. The rest is all fine, just that piece is a bit cooked. Another thing, I don't like the shifter. I hate that shifter. I don't know if I've still got the factory one. To be honest, doesn't matter because that is going to be coming out when we do the gearbox swap. So I'll deal with that until we do the motor and gearbox. I'm not going to go and start spending money on that when we don't really need to, because it will obviously be swapped later on. Another issue is this housing. This is not the correct housing for the aircon panel. I'm not sure if it actually does fit in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out and see if I can actually make that fit nicely. I can get the M3 style one where it does sit in there, but I have a feeling that it's just a certain way of it clipping in. I don't know if it's the cables at the back holding that forward or if this just doesn't fit in there, but I am going to try and find either fit that in, or I will get the M3 one out, like a proper one, clip it all up and put it all in, because that needs to be nice and secure. I don't like how that's flopping about. It's dodgy. It's dodgy and I don't like it. And while we're here, this is all scratched up. Now, I don't know what I want to do with that. There's not a lot of carbon fiber in here, but you can get like little carbon fiber covers for that, which I may invest in. It's like 10 bucks and it might look nice, might look clean and tidy. You can also get like the covers for the top of here in carbon fiber, which may look nice. Just kind of deciding at what level I want to go to with the carbon on the interior, because I do want piano black here. I don't want the carbon there. I don't want, you know, carbon down here or anything. So I just got to do it tastefully. I don't want to put an amount in that looks like, oh, you got one carbon piece. You know, I want it to look right. All right, coming to the driver's side. Now, you'll see down here, I painted this. Did a dodgy, quick, cheap paint job. When it was all apart, it's, you know, oiled up. Some bits aren't covered. That's fine, because I also don't like the wrap. So the wrap was meant to be leather. I've done a pre-cut leather one in the past on a steering wheel in a Supra. Came up amazing. I think this isn't actually leather. So I'm going to be doing a full overhaul of this steering wheel. I've got panels in, I've got a new suede and leather replacement coming in. So that's going to be a video on its own, doing a full wheel refurb, and it's going to come up amazing. I can guarantee you it's going to look great. I've already got the cover, and as soon as I open the box, you could just smell leather. So I was like, okay, cool, this isn't synthetic, this is going to be great. So don't like that. Don't like how it's, you know, floppy a bit down here. Not a fan. Don't like how this is like that, but I just wanted to see, do I like the black on the steering wheel? And I do. So that was just a bit of a test, but that's something we do have to fix. Also, this trim here, not great. It's falling apart. Need a replacement. Can't really glue that in place or anything. It's a bit sus. I mean, I might try just so it's secure. I mean, I do need to pop that into its position down there and so on, but I have to do something else, which I'm just going to talk about now, and that is this roof lining is gross. So it's all like dirty. It's dirty up there. It's dirty back here. It's in good condition, but it's dirty. So I do want to do a starry roof liner in here, and I want this to be black. It's the only bit of gray left. We've gone black all the way up here, all the way up the, what is it, A, B, and C pillars. A pillars as well, all suede, Alcantara, whatever you want to call it. So it looks really good, but we need to finish it off with a black roof, I think. So that will be happening. I'll be ripping that out. But also, while we do that, I need to get these black, because didn't change them for black ones when we did the Alcantara. Was just making sure it was all going to be fixed, because this looked terrible. If you want to go and check out that video, you'll see the before and after kind of thing. This looks a million times better than it did. As for the rest of the back, the leather's in really good condition. It just needs a good clean, and I'm going to go and give it that leather treatment, the leather detailer that we just did on the crown, because it just looks very dry back there. It looks like it's lived in the desert for a while. So bit of a clean, bit of a detail back there, change those handles over to a new trim set when I can get one, and I think we'll be sitting pretty. And the last thing I can think of for issues on the interior is my seat belts don't retract. I know I'm not going to get regoed because of that, so I do need replacements of that. I don't know if I should get red ones or black ones or what. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Should we match the seats? Should we go with red ones? Or should I go black and just keep it kind of like a factory look, just to, not bring too much attention to myself, because these are going to bring attention to me quite a bit as it is. All right, that's the interior as far as I can remember. Let's jump on the engine bay and have a little chat in there. Okay, so before I start it, I want to have a chat here so it's nice and quiet. There is a slight leak coming from around here. Now, we've already fixed the gasket for the power steering. For the power steering, which is this one. And I think there may be, I don't know where the leak is coming from, but there's a slight leak around here. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, can't really be bothered looking into it and finding it because the motor's coming out. This motor, the gearbox, and half the tail shaft are gonna come out in the next few months, so I don't really care. I will be selling this motor and gearbox, and that is why I want to start the engine and let you guys hear it, because in my mind, I don't know if there is a sound or not. So you guys let me know what you think, if you can hear something, or if you think it's just the normal running sound of this engine. But let's start it and let you hear. All right, come and have a listen. How those lights look though, I'm in love with those. All right, so you can hear the injector tap, which is normal, but hear that tap, that like knocking? That's the sound that I'm thinking. It sounds top endy, doesn't sound bottom end, but to be fair, I've only just started it about 30 seconds ago, so obviously it's getting oil around and so on, but let me know in the comments, guys, who's got one of these 2.5 litre motors. Even the 3 litres will probably be very similar. What do you reckon that is? What does that sound like to you? I'm not sure, and I want to be completely honest with whoever buys this. It's got that noise, so I'm not going to be like, it's perfect, unless it is. If you guys go, no, that's normal, doesn't sound normal to me, but I'm not big on the BMW engines, okay? So that and that little leak are kind of the only things. 2 secs. So as you can tell, it's not that loud. Obviously you close the bonnet and you can barely hear anything, but I don't know, tell me what you think. It doesn't sound like rod knock to me. It sounds like something in the head, not sure. To be fair, I haven't had an engine with rod knock before. Well, have I? I think my old 2J had it a little bit, but let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments, because I do want to be upfront and honest with whoever I sell this engine and gearbox combo to. I don't want to rip anybody off. I don't want to stuff anybody around. If it does sound like a rod knock or something, I will sell it as a motor with rod knock and say, look, buy it, rebuild it. You know, I'm going to do compression tests and stuff on it and so on before I take it out, so that whoever buys it has all the information they can have. The engine's done like 220,000 Ks, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on. But yeah, I don't like stuffing people around, screwing people over. I just want to be completely honest with whoever I'm selling things to, that it is what it is. But apart from that, she runs beautiful, drives beautiful. Coilovers are a little bit stiff, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, they're Max Peating rods. They're not the top brand. They're fine, they do the job, they sit it nice, it corners and handles really well, especially for a budget set of coilovers. They're what, 350 bucks, but they are a bit stiff, I'm not gonna lie to you. But coilovers are a bit stiff, they always are. All right, let's turn this thing on. All right, so that is everything that I can think of off the top of my head that is wrong with my E46 Coupe. Aside from, it could probably do with a new set of brakes because they're kind of old, but don't worry, that'll be coming. So all of this stuff we are going to address in the coming weeks, coming months, and so on. Interiors changing, engines changing, gearbox changing, wheels are probably changing, brakes are changing, and I may even go to a point of changing the coilovers because for some reason, Max Peating Rod want to sponsor everyone but me. So maybe I'll go to BC's. Maybe BC coilovers are gonna come out and be like, hey man, run some quality coilovers in there. Maybe HSD are gonna come hit me up. And I'll be like, you look, you're running them in the Supra, let's run them in this. I don't know, that'd be awesome. But companies, hit me up, sponsor me, help your boy out. Let's get this channel going. Guys, all this stuff's gonna get fixed. You guys are gonna come along for the journey. This thing's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to have this thing finished, but I do need to enjoy the journey because I'm always seeing the end result in my head and trying to get there too fast and not enjoying the journey. So follow me along, subscribe, like, comment, get involved with this. Let's see if we can hit 500 likes and spread this as far and as wide as we can, get everyone keen on this build, and we will build it together. So guys, thanks for coming along. I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.